takes a minute.
You take a minute.
So this is not my fault. It's just not starting.
What's not starting?
My music.
Well, maybe AI took over and it said, this EDM thing's really, this is bad. Chicken nuggets got to go.
It's supposed to play, and we're actually recording. So, I don't know. Hold on. Let me see if a different sound works. No. They all seem to be... Anyway, this is why we have to have an intro that's instead of trying to do this. But, this is supposed to work, so I'd like to send a message to Riverside. Your fucking shit doesn't work.
The town of Riverside?
No, it's the software
Riverside.
we use.
There's a lot of things about Riverside that don't work out of... they probably get a lot of emails.
I
heard they got packs of dogs running wild out there.
Wild dogs.
I work in the Inland Empire, so I'm pretty familiar with it. Okay, well, it looks like we're not getting any any music, so
that's it.
Well, I quit. The day's done. Been nice, guys.
That was easy.
Anyway, good podcast, everybody.
Good talk. Nice talk.
Yeah, thanks a lot. And you know what that means is probably it's not even recording so apologies ahead of time for anybody listening to this. If the video, if you're watching it,
says it's uploading, I can see the thing saying that.
What's uploaded?
99% uploading.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, it's just apologies to anybody who sees our slides and they're not in sync with the thing. I've been in touch with the tech support for a while. But
what do we have to do in order to get the
I don't know. They didn't have a good answer, so I'm just trying things myself because I'm probably smarter than the tech support.
You can just go down the list of shit that works. Sometimes we'll rap on the beat, get you some respect around.
Sorry, Riverside. You know what we'll do? Riverside will get a different host for this.
This is when it happens when you graduate from CSUN and not like MIT. Those guys are fucking rubes over there. I know what they're doing.
Yeah. The people at Riverside all just went to that stupid
community college.
Went to that dumb MIT.
MIT school.
The MIT school of catching baseballs.
How was everybody's week?
This week was harrowing. For me, my father caught up in Oregon in an ice storm. He lives up a hill, and it was ice storm. The whole thing was a sheet of ice, and he was caught up there and he lost power. So he was like sleeping in his house, trying to fucking under 5 blankets, trying to keep it going, and he's like 83. So, it's like, not good. You don't put an old man in a refrigerator like that. It's not going to stay fresh. This goes the other way. They freeze to death. So finally, my brother there was a window where it was going to be like 40 degrees and hopefully the ice melted. And he got up the hill and there were some other guys up there helped him. Finally got him down the hill, got him into a hotel where he could warm up. And he called me, and I could hear him sniffling. Just trying to warm up because it's gnarly for the old man. I was like, yeah. That's why you have generators in places like that. You can at least keep things plugged in.
I'm gonna get my parents.
Your parents live up where we're going, and shit goes wrong up there.
Yeah, I'm getting them one of those battery generators, the ones that constantly charge and then you use them.
Yeah.
And then they also have solar panels with them. So
I went and bought these are like slip-on shoe spikes for icy condition,
Wow. Oh, you're prepping.
That felt so bad.
Bear spray.
So bad for that old man.
Oh, gosh, that's too bad. Well, we're glad that he's doing fine. It sounds like.
Good job, Rob.
Yeah,
good job, Rob.
Dude.
Good job, Rob.
Got it handled.
Good job.
Taking care of business.
Take care of business. He had to slide down my dad's driveway on his ass, which is not even very steep. It's just slightly, but it's that bad. It was that bad.
He'd have done that if there was ice or there wasn't ice. Come on.
Yes,
I've met Rob.
Well,
roll down the thing.
How
about everybody else?
I've been sick this week. If you can't hear it.
Oh,
did you get the
How
cred?
are you going to run a team at work when you're sick?
Well, it's hard.
Well, they're all in there running it themselves, and that is not a good idea.
Well, no, I went to work anyway.
Oh, you did? Oh, good. 'Cause you
And
gave your
got everybody
sickness stuff.
sick.
Well, everybody else did. That's how I got it.
Wow,
So
that's
fuck
good.
them, right?
Yeah.
I'll give it to you back, you bastards.
Yeah.
Did you wear a mask?
No. I'm over by myself.
What do you mean, other than my Batman mask, or?
Yeah. When you're that educated, you don't need to do shit like that. Your brain
That's true.
will make sure that those
Your brain controls the germs.
it controls the germs. It's not going to let them out.
It's like
It's
weird
getting
science.
real DeSantis-y in here right now.
It's getting very DeSantis-y in here.
It's getting DeSantis-y. Oh boy.
Squatchy,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Some I guess everybody saw the Monday Ohio thing.
Yeah.
Or Iowa, sorry, Iowa.
Iowa, the Iowa
I get them
caucus.
confused.
Yeah.
Same place.
You know, he won in 2020. He won that state with a bigger margin. He won that.
What did he?
Yeah, I think it was like 97% in 2020. He lost that election. Well,
he's
unless you talk to a Trumper and they'll tell you that they didn't lose the election.
that
shit was stolen. You stole that shit.
What
It's,
was there? Anyway, yeah.
We can say retard again, right? T-Bone, is that we're not canceled
Yeah,
for that?
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Retards.
You don't got to check with me. I'm a full-on R-word guy.
Oh, I say it all the time, even though you're not supposed to.
I'm glad it's back, to be honest with you.
Is it back?
It's back. You're fine.
Apparently, T-Bone was informed by his daughters that that's now off the cancellation list. That you can actually
they
say
took
that
that
now.
off.
So
and
they
I
took
think
that
that
off.
was like 3 weeks ago, maybe.
I didn't
4.
know you could do that.
Yeah, there's a formal
Yeah, well,
committee,
these
a
kids-
cancellation committee, and it's
Are they
made
very
up-
young? They're like
They are.
13-year-olds.
It consists of 7 13-year-olds and 9
Yeah.
13-year-olds.
They make the decisions
And
about
then they
who's
got to
canceled.
run it past the 16-year-olds,
There's more.
and then
There's
yeah.
more
And then you got-
14-year-olds.
Run it up the committee, and then you get your feedback. Well,
Yeah.
we've read the reports, and we've come to conclude that retard is not. It's okay.
Okay,
can
well
go
then
with
I
Well,
think
it's always been okay to say it like you just said, retard, because that's
As a
a
retard.
musical term, right?
Mhm.
yes, there is a
Certainly, yes.
retard in your music. That's true.
There's
I
no
used to
retards
play
in.
with a couple of retards myself.
There's no retarding
You
in
know who you
DJing
are.
though. Is there retarding in DJing?
No, my DJ gig was canceled. It was going to be today, but it's not happening. So
Well,
But,
'cause
Well,
everybody
Well,
wanted
is
to
it
be-
because you're sick?
there'll be future gigs. Partially, yes.
Did you not want to get the whole rave? All 19 of them sick, or
Dude, what was it? A little high school party? A little
yeah. It's older than that. A little older.
little old. How did they
there's
reach
so many
you?
jokes.
Did
I got to
you-
leave them all alone.
Do you have a DJ page in the yellow pages or something?
I
They get,
should
like,
because
up
then I'd
local
make
DJs?
money. No, it's through my wife. It's her classmates.
I see.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're not in the.
You know, my husband's a DJ. Really?
Does she say that?
No, I actually went to a party and mentioned it. I was like, they had like lousy music. I was like, you know what? Next time we have a party, if you want, I could bring my DJ rig and DJ. And they were like, yeah. And they
They just didn't want to say no. That's all that
they
was.
could've-
Sure.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you this. Does your wife teach these people?
No, they're her class. They're her cohort.
Okay, so they're in the same category.
Yeah, these are
she's in.
grad students.
What do you
They're-
call them? What do you call them? Familiars or like they're your
Familias.
the familias?
Every witch has got a
Familias.
familia.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't go to grad school because I didn't need to because I'm.
You didn't
already
need to.
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already graduated.
I was gonna suggest grad school for you, dude, but frankly,
I
you're
don't
too
need
smart
it.
for that. You don't
Yeah,
need it.
I want you
So
guys
here-
to know that.
Here's
Why
your
would I
magnet.
need grad school? I already graduated from high school.
That's
Come on,
right.
man.
Come on, buddy. All right. So
Okay,
that was
well-
your week.
Did you guys watch
T-Bone?
any good movies lately?
What did I
T-Bone?
watch.
Oh, my
Oh, I
week?
did.
I
watched.
was off this week.
I
You were off
watched
this
two,
week.
off. Whoa.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. But what 2 movies did you watch this week?
I watched. So 2 movies I really like. I watched Eraserhead, and then I watched Forbidden Zone. I don't know if you guys have seen Forbidden Zone. It's the Oingo Boingo movie.
The porn one?
It's not porn. It's not porn.
Which one was this? The Oingo Boingo movie.
Dude, it's 1980. The guy from Fantasy Island, the plane. He's one of the stars.
Yeah.
Hervé
Hervé
Villechaize.
He
Yeah.
was a vicious little guy.
Yeah.
Hervé. I didn't
He
shoot
was,
at people.
Spider.
He was French.
Belichick was a biter.
He was a biter, and he had a pistol that was longer than his leg.
Yeah, and
he
that's scary. That's scary that a man that small was a biter. You don't want to,
He'd get drunk and pull that stuff out on you.
But
Maybe bite
he's one of the stars. One of the Oingo Boingo people's wife was a star. It's such a good movie. Right now, if you guys can watch it, it's free on Tubi. But you know what? The only thing about
Danny Elfman's wife, Jenna Elfman?
I don't know. She's not in it. No, Danny. That's not his wife. That's not Danny Elfman's wife.
Just joking.
She is related.
Danny Elfman's in it. He's the devil. He's the devil in it.
Oh,
but his brother was the one who made the movie, whatever his brother's name is. It's on Tubi.
Jason Boingo.
Yes.
it's on Boingo.
This is Jason Boingo in school.
It's unfortunately not in black and white because they colorized it, which was stupid because it's really designed to be watched in black and white. But it's still an excellent movie. But that's what we're talking about today is the movies that we love. So
yeah.
And
were those two movies that you loved that you'd seen before and you opted to go back in there? Or
yes, I've seen both of them. I was just in a mood to watch Surrealist, and they're both Surrealist movies.
Okay, so you were going
Eraserhead. You guys have seen Eraserhead?
Many years ago. So you get in surrealist moods. So
I was in the mood for Surrealist movie.
All right, where's your boundaries there? Are we talking Clockwork Orange? Is that what we're talking about? Not really. It needs to be harder for you, doesn't it? Eraserhead.
Clockwork Orange isn't really a surrealist movie. It's pretty much
futuristic.
It's more of a dystopian.
Yes.
Future.
What about Naked Lunch?
That's surrealism. It's not my favorite. It's okay.
What are your favorites? I knew Gabe was gonna come with some highbrow shit.
I was not highbrow.
You gotta come with some bougie film school fucking.
It is not. It is not. No.
I rolled in with Home Alone.
Yeah, I rolled in with Home Alone. I'm rolling in with Big Lebowski. He's like, nah, I'm just in the mood for the surrealist stuff today.
Well, no, that wasn't. So let me change the. I just wanted to make people aware that. I changed the slide. Hopefully, people are seeing this next slide.
The 70s, 80s, and 90s and 2000s.
So I just want everybody to know that for most of our lives, the people in this podcast speaking, we did not have streaming. So we didn't have access to all the a zillion movies all the time. And so we gradually got more and more access. And so that's how it happened. In the 70s, it was either it had to be on TV or you had to go to the theater.
Yeah.
In the 80s, you had to go to the theater. There was limited video.
Someone had a bootleg copy or something. Yeah.
Or it had to be on TV, right?
Right.
Then the 90s.
And you didn't miss it. That was the thing, right? We talked about this.
Yeah.
If it said, it told you.
You
7 o'clock on Sunday.
Yeah.
Everybody sat in front
Your
of the
ass was
TV.
in front of the TV. You were there.
Yeah, they used to have more control over us about getting us in front of the TV.
Was it? Yeah.
In the 90s, it changed when Blockbuster came around.
Because in the 80s, we had mom and pop video stores.
You
really
did.
Kind of that. Yeah, we had that until Blockbuster's hey, wait a second.
But it wasn't as ubiquitous to get Blockbuster.
What's that room with the beads back there? I was always wondering.
The bead room,
right.
yeah.
They always had the beads. Back there is everything.
I can't see in there, but I can see.
And Blockbuster didn't have a bead room. They didn't. They were too wholesome. But even Blockbuster.
But the conversation came up. Probably.
Oh, of course.
Do we have a bead room? I don't think so. I don't think we have a bead room. We got to go family.
It depend on who you talk to too. They might have had a little stash hey, on the down low, maybe throw me.
Well, this was Blockbuster was probably a board of directors talking to each other, and they were like, well, I don't know, Hank. People can just call a hooker, and like I do from.
Well, hey guys, there's still the mom and pop stores, and they got plenty of bead rooms. So let's let them have the porn, and we'll leave it at that.
Oh, well, you know what? I remember growing up in Santa Monica. So this is before even the bead room. When I was a pretty little kid, there was a thing called the Pussycat Theater, and it was right on 2nd Street, and that's where they played the dirty movies. And I remember I always was so fascinated with it because it was it was all 60s cool and
Is that where Paul Rubens got busted?
Just about, yeah, a place like that.
Was it that one? Because there was a Pussycat one, I think, on Santa Monica.
Yeah.
Right? There's that old porn place that right
Yeah.
there in Santa Monica that turned into gay porn, and then I don't know what it is now. It's like a swap meet or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. In West Hollywood, the Boys Burlesque.
Yeah,
It was a
old
show.
it was an old Blinken jerk. And
Yeah, it's the one in Santa Monica is a Buca de Beppo, or probably not anymore. It's probably like a Lululemon now. Who knows?
But I'm not eating my spaghetti out of there. I'll tell you that.
Not eating spaghetti out of there.
I know what's happening in that room.
Still slipping on the floors.
But even
watching those videos.
But even Blockbuster was limited. If you, you didn't have, you couldn't find obscure stuff. And then Netflix came and they started sending you videos in the mail.
Dude,
or
remember
not videos.
That? I mean,
yes.
They would send you.
Yeah.
And
do you remember? There was Gabe, you may remember, there was a video place that kind of specialized in obscure.
Oh, Vidiots. Yeah.
Vidiots. It was in West LA.
Oh, well, there's one in
Santa
Monica
in West
Vidiots.
LA. I think it's over there.
But there was another one. Yes, in West LA on Sawtell, and I can't remember what the name of that was. But that was another one. But Vidiots is now like the Vidiots, I don't know, foundation for film something, because they couldn't make it as a video store anymore, so they kind of became a thing. So they still exist. But anyway, I just thought that little bit of history was important to.
I think that is important,
and we do remember getting the envelopes.
Out of our way to see movies.
Yeah,
it's very convenient.
It's not so. Movies to us are probably a little bit more I don't know. We may have a deeper appreciation.
Yeah,
more
love for cinema because of how we consumed it. So
look at that. Look at that down on the bottom right, that 2001 Space Odyssey. That always blows me away. Kubrick's eye for shit like this was
dude, Kubrick
it's so is badass.
Absolutely one of my favorite movie makers of all time. Just the best movies.
The looks of his film is just amazing.
Yeah, I put 2 of his films on my top 5 list. So
you got Barry Lyndon, I think, above him, right? That he shot all in natural light.
He shot it with real candlelight for the indoor scenes, and it is a spectacle. And the thing is that it's an unappreciated movie because most people don't realize how great Barry Lyndon is. And if you haven't watched it, you really should. And you need 3.5 hours of
Gabe sticking. He's got sticky.
It's long.
No, he didn't stick on me.
He's sticking out. There he is.
It's your connection. It's okay.
It's my connection.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, it's just one of the greatest movies. But I put some of you guys' top 5 on here.
I see those.
There's The Big Lebowski. There's Raising Arizona.
No Country.
Ferris Bueller's No Country. Pulp Fiction, of course. So we could go on and on about how great Tarantino is. And
did you guys watch Tenet yet?
I didn't watch it.
No, I haven't watched it.
Have you guys seen that?
No.
All right.
So you got a Christopher Nolan tear. Yesterday we were talking about this a little bit.
Yeah, we yapped. Yeah.
What's that one next to The Big Lebowski on the right, Gabe? Is that Robin Hood?
That's Robin Hood, 1938. It's on my top 5. That's Errol Flynn. Looks just like T-Bone.
Yeah. No shit.
I saw more pictures of it, and dude, you are the spitting image of
it's
Errol
true.
Flynn, man.
It's been mentioned. That's
crazy.
I honestly don't see it, but was that filmed at Formosa? Formosa, and it's called The Lot now, right? And
The Lot,
was the Pickford.
Is that the Mary Pickford Studios over there? It's on
Studios,
La Brea.
So I'm trying to think who owned him, because at those times it was Warner Brothers, maybe. Can't remember if it was Warner Brothers or Universal.
God,
but
you got Cheech and Chong up there.
Oh, yeah, that was one I mentioned.
I haven't seen a Cheech and Chong in so long. It'd be so good.
It's just one of those things, like if you're scanning through and see, that's another thing too, is you don't scan through. Like when there was cable, we used to scan through the channels and we'd settle on something. And that was always like one of the things I settled on. But now you don't really have that scan. You're looking through, but dude, I get stuck in a loop of, I can just keep looking through the movies and looking through the movies. And I never really watch anything now. I'm just scanning what could be watched.
That's what happens to me too. What happens to me too. And that's what I'm talking about consuming cinema now. Is it's so totally different.
Yeah.
So
you've got next to Home Alone there, you've got some black and white stuff, which looks like, is that like a giant cat?
Yes.
What is that?
So this is one of the greatest movies that you'll ever watch.
I've seen this movie. It's hilarious. That cat is
called
hilarious.
March of the Wooden Soldiers.
Yep.
And Laurel and Hardy are possibly my very favorite comedians of all time because they are the two funniest people that I've ever seen. Like, I laughed at this when I was 5, and I laugh at it today with the same veracity because it's still like the jokes. They never get old for me. Like, I know they're coming. I know what the punchline is. It's always funny. I don't know what it is. Like,
that's like Cheech and Chong, same thing.
Yeah,
right. I mean, but that is one of those movies. That is. Those guys are funny guys.
It's a Christmas movie, and it's hilarious. It takes place in Toyland, and it's friggin' hilarious. It's got some of the best quotes ever. Like they get the order for the soldiers wrong, the toy soldiers, and Santa's like, "You got it all wrong." Like, I asked for 600 soldiers at 1 foot high. These are 100 soldiers at 6 feet high. It's like, you gotta watch it. It's like, it makes me crack up every time, all of it. So the other black and white, because I love 30s movies, is Treasure Island, 1934. That's Jackie Coogan. I think is Jackie. Is that his name? And Barry, the old guy who plays. I can't even remember. And John Barrymore was in that movie briefly.
Barrymore.
He was in it briefly.
Drew Barrymore's dad?
Yeah, grandfather.
Grandfather, yeah.
Yeah, so
we got Tombstone.
Excellent movie.
Top. Yeah.
Tombstone. I have never seen Tombstone.
Oh my God.
You are a loser.
I've never seen the
I'll tell you which
Hardy movie.
I've never seen Raising Arizona. I've never seen Tombstone. I've never seen.
Where's the book, T-Bone? Where's the book?
It's already in there. I wrote.
You got it on the list. You put it on the list.
I already knew. I already knew he was going to be a dick about shit.
What? About what?
How could you not see The Big Lebowski?
Oh, I've seen The Big Lebowski.
It's just not a rewatch for him. It's not.
It's not a rewatch. I'm sorry.
It's not a rewatch. It's not.
It's not a rewatch. Like, I like it, but it's not a rewatch for me.
There was no Raising Arizona.
My voice. There's so many good lines in Raising Arizona.
It's got one of, in my estimation, one of the best chase scenes that's been done, where he's running through the houses. You got to see it, dude. You got to just take a minute. You know, I will invest in the Laurel Hardy thing, and I'll invest some time to check that out. You got to see this one.
Okay, and I'll watch Raising Arizona. That's
Raising Arizona.
That's
and Tombstone's pretty good. I'll be your Huckleberry. I'm your Huckleberry.
Tombstone looks like a Western, which Westerns are not my favorite.
Well, this is specifically about the shootout at the OK Corral and how that shit went down, and it's the relationship of the first real recorded history gang, which would be the Cowboys.
That they wore the red sashes.
Versus, and Wyatt Earp comes into Tombstone, Arizona, and he does not want any more of the lawman thing. He's like, I'm over that. I want to make my fortune now. I'm going to come in, I'm going to deal cards, and that's, playing cards is where I'm going to make all my money. So, but the Cowboys sort of own this whole vicinity, and they want their shit.
I mean, honestly, that cast is just for that alone. And sometimes and I love actors that just make it happen. You know what I mean? That just like make the shit. Yeah. Like, if you look over Big Lebowski, this is actually, I like Big Lebowski so much. I have that painting.
Oh yeah. No, it's not even that. It's a fucking painting on his wall.
Yeah. No, I know that you have that painting. I remember
these three actors right here in that thing just kill it. They make it. Can you imagine being done with somebody else? And like Tombstone's the same way, or
Well, those are three of the greatest actors that they are truly three of the greatest actors of all time. I mean, Steve Buscemi, my God, everybody's name is. I took
check out
NyQuil
Tombstone.
John Goodman.
John Goodman and.
Are you a little foggy?
Jeff Bridges.
Yes.
Yeah.
All three of them excellent. So I mean, that's where a movie like that really counts on a good cast, and so did like the '30s movies.
So really, with you, when you watch movies, you get into a mood for a type of movie, or
I do.
Whether it's going to be action, or it's going to be a surreal movie, or it's going to be a thriller, or this is what you go for.
I do.
I need a comedy.
It's not usually. It's usually a little more specific. Like So also this week I watched a couple other movies because I was watching like '70s movies. So I watched a movie that was totally the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. One of them, it's called
'70s were not a good age of movies.
No.
What was it called?
Pets. And
Pets.
It's about like this like wayward girl who's like wandering. She's a runaway and she's wandering around, and she it's like a booby movie. But
it's a booby movie.
So I started watching it thinking it looked sort of interesting, and I was like, because sometimes I'll get in the mood. I was sort of in the mood for '70s stuff. I wanted to see '70s stuff. Because I had just watched another really terrible movie, the '70s movie, which was Future World, which is a sequel to Westworld.
Westworld, yeah.
The '70s.
I like those, actually.
Yeah, Future World is kind of horrible, mostly because it has a musical interlude in the middle that makes no sense. So I watched this Pets one, but the reason that I was drawn into the Pets one is it all took place where I grew up, because they were showing shots of Venice, Santa Monica, Topanga.
And how did that look in the '70s? All that shit.
Just awesome. Dude,
yeah.
It's like when I was a kid, I was like, man, I wish it was still like that, because it was sweet then.
And sometimes every once in a while you'll be in traffic and you'll get behind somebody whose car stinks. And it's so off-putting now, that it's like, oh my God, dude, this fucking exhaust is so off-putting. It's like, I got to get away from this dude. But like in the '70s, as everybody, dude, if you're on the road, it's everybody's,
everybody's windows open because it's fucking hot.
You're just huffing fumes everywhere. And now you're so not used to it that it's like, so yeah, the sky was probably a little darker. There's a little.
That's one of my favorite things about movies, honestly, is and living in Los Angeles is you watch these movies and they're talking about. Sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, we're in San Francisco," and you see the hills, and it's got to be San Francisco.
Yeah.
And then you look and you're like, "No, motherfucker, that statue's in Culver City." And
yeah.
You know what I mean. You catch little things like that, and you be comfortable with the
favorite San Francisco movie. What do you got? There we had Basic Instinct was there, right? I mean, did you ever watch, what was the one that Michael Douglas?
It might be Dirty Harry.
Yes.
Does that take place
Dirty
in
Harry?
I can't think of a movie that I like that takes place in San Francisco.
What about what was the one with Michael Douglas? Black Rain?
Was it Black Rain? I don't remember seeing that thing. I remember there was what was the TV show he was on? Was it like Hills of San Francisco or something? Wasn't that
the Streets of San Francisco?
Yeah,
that was a good show too.
Oh,
well, it's TV, but yeah,
TV.
I'm sure they made a movie.
Chinatown? No, that takes place in LA.
That's LA.
Big Trouble in Little China.
I'll watch it. That was a good one.
I think that
was Kurt Russell.
That's a lot.
I'll watch anything with Kim Cattrall in it. I watched Mannequin.
Dude, Mannequin. Dude, I had such a thing. Mannequin for that girl. Oh my God, I watched it.
I still do to this day.
Mannequin was on when HBO was a big thing, and they would play it over and over again throughout the day. For a period of time.
Mannequin's first of all, it's actually a really great movie. What's Estelle Getty's in it? She's the owner of the
Golden Girls chick,
the scrappy.
Is it a department store owner?
Department store, yeah. It's like department store war. And then there's the gay guy who's can't remember what his name is, but he wears this 80s stuff.
Dude, he had those glasses with those
with
crazy
the flare on them.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah. That movie's really good. I actually really like Mannequin. So
the bad movies that we love that stick in, oh my God, what was we got to think about that. Ones that are really bad, our little things that we have. Which one do I like so much? Oh, I was telling T-Bone the other day, there's a shitty movie with Steve Guttenberg in it called High Spirits in the late 80s. And
yes.
it was about a castle, and they were trying to get tourists there, so they had to make like this place was haunted. It actually was, but it had Peter O'Toole in it, and one of my favorite things that Peter O'Toole has done, he plays a broken down castle owner. His parents had given him the castle. He's running out of money. He's trying to keep the staff going, and so they're gonna bodge it up like they got ghosts, and they actually do. So it turns into a thing. But Liam Neeson was in that. A lovely Beverly D'Angelo was in that.
Beverly D'Angelo, Jennifer Tilly. It says
Jennifer Tilly was in that. I love it.
Gallagher.
Yeah, Peter Gallagher. I loved that movie. I love it. I don't know why. It's just awesome.
Actually, there was a time in the 80s to where if there was a movie coming out, if it didn't have Steve Guttenberg in it, it wasn't going to do anything.
Steve Guttenberg
was the hottest commodity for like.
He was.
There was like a 5-year spurt where everything.
Yeah. It's like, really, Guttenberg? God,
yeah.
Fucking
he was
wasn't
like
wasn't he in
Tom
Cocoon?
Hanks sort of moved in.
He was.
Yeah.
He was in Cocoon.
Cocoon was a great movie too.
Cocoon was a great movie
that you should always have on your list.
Somebody said Wilford Brimley. Wilford Brimley looks like he's actually our age, dude.
No, he's not.
He was our age in Cocoon.
Yeah, no, he was younger than we were in Cocoon. He was like 40 when he was in Cocoon.
Dude, but he looked like such an old fucking,
It was old. James Spader in Mannequin, right?
James Spader's like the evil guy.
He's
the
bad guy.
He's good in that.
Which he did
He's
another
always
spurt.
good in
Like
that.
to have James Spader, he was another one that he was in all those.
Yeah, you had to have James
90s,
Spader.
All that
80s movies.
Well, and, Mannequin is lightly Brat Pack influenced, so
yeah. I mean, what was that guy's name? That's the star,
the
main guy.
Yeah, I can't remember, but he's Brat Pack material.
Isn't he like on the outskirts of Brat Pack? He's just on the edge.
He is.
It's on the edge of it.
But so's James
McCarthy,
Spader,
right?
Andrew McCarthy.
Yeah, he was Weekend at Bernie's, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's always working with a mannequin or a dummy or something. It was his shtick.
He's
everybody had that thing.
Again, that's I'm trying to think of movies that are really horrible that I love. That
Magic was an old 70s movie that I really loved and hated and was scared of. If we bring
Magic, what happened in that one?
That was Anthony Hopkins was a ventriloquist.
Oh, dude, I've wanted to see that. I really want to see that.
Start running things. Hey, dummy.
Yeah,
right.
I want to see them. I want to see Magic. I could.
That was a young Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah,
Hopkins.
Logan's Run. Logan's
Run.
Awesome.
That was love that.
Logan's Run.
Dude,
Logan's Run is like, dude, that is
in my mind. It's always. There was a scene in there that just stuck in my mind. Like you get too old, and then you kind of float up in this fucking room, and then you explode at the
Carousel.
top.
It was called Carousel, and basically you get like zapped, like a bug zapper.
But weren't they floating up into the thing, and then you just get zapped?
Yeah.
Like how does that all work out?
It was, I don't know, but
was there like nobody above 30, right? Wasn't that the thing?
No, when you turned 30, you got eliminated, so that
you go to the carousel thing and you float up and get zapped.
That
really
was
weird.
It was a great movie, and also Jenny Agutter in it was pretty hot. So
yeah,
Logan's Run.
Yeah,
that had a couple of spin-offs too, didn't it?
They had a television show they tried to do, but here's the funny thing about Logan's Run. Look at the effects in Logan's Run. So in 1976,
Michael York.
Yeah, Michael York. That's right. He's such a cheeser, dude. So
Jennifer Aguirre, yeah.
Michael York, in Logan's Run won Best Special Effects in 1976 because they had like this hologram thing where you see there is no sanctuary, there is no sanctuary, dude they won for that.
Was in that movie?
Who else? That's right. Oh my god.
Yes.
That's right.
Dude, smoking.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Smoking.
She was a longtime girlfriend of
Lee Majors, or the $6 Million Man.
Well, the guy who played Barry Lyndon too.
Yeah. Peter O'Neill.
Ryan
O'Neill.
Ryan O'Neill.
Yeah, Ryan O'Neill.
But anyway,
I heard a thing about her. Yeah, go ahead.
Next year, Star Wars came out. So
and blew everybody's mind.
That was the same year, actually, wasn't it?
It might have been, but I think,
well, Logan's Run came out in
76, I think.
76.
Yeah, so Star Wars is 77.
Star Wars.
So Star Wars blew that was like they were like, oh, these are pretty good special effects, and then Star Wars came along
and blew everybody's mind.
Yeah.
And you just saw that ship coming over. You're like, oh God, looking,
It makes Logan's Run look like a kid made it compared to Star Wars.
Well,
but I think
I thought there was a spawn-off movie. It was called Solvent Green or something.
Oh, Soylent Green. No, it doesn't have anything to do with it, but
that didn't.
That was
the same time frame.
That was Richard.
Dude. I know who you're talking about, Richard.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. It's the guy with the big teeth.
Yeah,
he was also in.
You said he did Soylent. Soylent Green is people. It's people.
Richard,
yeah.
He looked over the edge.
Or what does he say at the end of the
humanity?
Yeah, or like
because Soylent Green, you find out they're taking all the dead people. They're just crushing them up for food.
Yeah,
feeding them back to you.
There's also things
Charlton Heston.
like Charlton Heston.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, dude, he's
NRP
the worst
guy.
though in real life.
He's bad. He's pretty bad.
Is he just
I saw
alive?
Edward G. Robinson was in that.
I don't see how. I really don't. But also,
Holy
77.
Shit, there's a guy you saw in the 70s all the time. You saw this motherfucker everywhere.
Yeah, dude. How'd you get that? That's a lurchy looking sumbitch. How'd you get that guy? What is his name?
His name is Chuck Connors.
Oh, Chuck Connors.
He was the guy, remember? Knock the fucking battery off my shoulder. I fucking dare you.
No, that wasn't him.
Duracell.
That wasn't him. That
sure?
was fucking... No.
That wasn't him?
No, that
Chuck
wasn't
Connors?
him. No, that wasn't him. That was... Dude, that was the guy. You remember his show, and we're not talking about TV. Remember Baba Black Sheep?
I don't remember that.
You're right.
It was him.
Yeah.
It was that guy. Baba Black Sheep was about a platoon of fighter pilots in the South Pacific during World War II.
Is that a movie or a show?
It was actually a really good movie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I loved it.
Yeah, and then in '77 we got Smokey and the Bandit, and we got to talk about some Burt Reynolds shit here because he also did
bad TV,
Hooper, one of my favorite things
Hooper
in the world. Was awesome.
I never saw that.
You never saw Hooper? Oh, dude, him and Jan Michael Vincent.
I don't think I've ever seen Smokey and the Bandit.
That's another guy, right?
Really?
Around that time,
dude. That Sally Field back in the day was my thing. I had a thing for.
Yeah. Gordon Frost too.
Yeah, Sally Field back in the day was
dude,
smoking for me. I loved it.
You cut out for a long time.
For us.
I think I did too. For us, yeah.
I don't know what's happening right now today.
It's just bad internet.
Yeah. Smokey and the Bandit, the key to that was, you always like the guy who's doing the bad things and getting away with shit, but the cop.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Buford T. Justice.
Buford T. Justice. I'm gonna catch that bitch.
Some bitch.
Dude, that's what's his name, dude? That's one of the greatest actors. One of the greatest actors there is. Jackie Gleason was.
Oh, that's right, Jackie Gleason. Yeah,
dude, you guys
from the
some of these things.
Fucking class.
Yeah, you got to watch it for some of these guys. You would love Jackie Gleason in that.
Yeah,
he's fucking awesome.
I am the law.
I'll have to watch Smokey and the Bandit too. Put that on the.
Yeah, dude, it's just awesome, and it was the stuff you loved as a kid and talked about, all the time, quoted shit, but. I imagine everybody was really drunk when they filmed that. They barely had a script, and it's like, I don't know. It's just
Hooper for sure.
Yeah.
Like Hooper is just about a stuntman. I mean, didn't Lee Majors? That's actually brings back the story to Farrah Fawcett, because Lee Majors was always out partying. He was married to Farrah Fawcett.
Yeah,
and he had a good buddy named Ryan O'Neal, and he was like, "Hey, you make sure my wife's like cool," and
he's like, "Yeah, I'll make sure."
Marcellus Wallace thing, like, take my wife out because I got shit going on with chicks, and then he ends up fucking taking his wife, and that's where that went. But yeah,
what kind of man do you think I
am? You know what else I watched? It was either this week it was last weekend. I saw Forbidden Planet with Leslie Nielsen. It's when he was a heartthrob in the 50s. Have you guys seen Forbidden Planet?
No,
I have not.
Oh my god, classic science fiction. That's also Walter Pidgeon is in it. It's man. That's where
I don't know who that is, but I've heard the name.
That's the debut of Robbie the Robot. So,
oh my,
what was the name of the Laurel and Hardy one? I want to write.
That's March of the Wooden Soldiers.
March of the Wooden Soldiers.
I think it's 1934.
That's something that pops on. It's one of those things like if you go on your Roku or whatever and you do holiday things, you can find like a Christmas thing even in July, and that will be on there. You'll find it that easy.
Yeah.
Through the Christmas
Dude,
things.
that movie is now 90 years old.
That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, that's nuts. So we had Smoking the Bandit. We're talking about late 70s stuff now. What else we got?
We haven't even gotten into the 80s where John Hughes just ruled.
Oh man, John Hughes.
Yeah, totally. Get into that. I mean,
you're talking the 80s where the Tim Burton was brought up watching all that shit. And
well, that's where like the crossover for me, like learning. So the Forbidden Zone, the Oingo Boingo movie, it's it's the Elfman and the Oingo Boingo people. It's got a little bit of that Tim Burton-y feel, even though Tim Burton didn't make it. It's got that era because it's 1980, so you've got that kind of like, it's got that
weird science.
Yeah, it's dude, you got to watch that movie. It's cool. Yeah, Weird Science, dude, love that. Well, Kelly LeBrock, I mean, come on.
Oh God, yeah, Weird Science. Oh,
Don't love me because I'm beautiful.
Yeah,
fucking,
remember that commercial?
Fucking Chet was my favorite thing. It's snowing in my room. God damn it!
How'd you like a pork chop served?
Look, they got smiles on their
ashtray.
Oh, dude,
you think they're having
end of the 70s. What about Fast Times?
Oh yeah, Fast Times.
Yeah, I mean, this is good movie making.
Fast Times, and then Valley Girl. That's a crazy good movie,
dude. We got to look at like Rocky Horror Picture Show was 75.
Yeah, man,
that happened.
That's
Saturday Night Fever in 77.
Yeah,
dude, that was the
honestly,
explosion
if
of
you go
Bee Gees.
If you go back and watch like that movie, it doesn't hold your attention as well as it did when you were younger.
Saturday Night Fever?
It does. Yeah.
It really never held my attention. I'm not a huge
I like the music.
Yeah.
I was watching for the music and the dancing and and if you break it down, he was kind of a douchebag, man. He slept with that chick and then fucking
it was bad. Yeah. He's
a dick.
He was a dick. She really wanted him. He banged her in the back of the car like that. And like it was
just awful.
Well, there wasn't the same equality.
I take back my statement about the 70s. I didn't think there was as many good movies as we're sitting here talking about this.
Bad News Bears.
The Bad News Bears.
I mean,
great movie.
There may be not the
Caddyshack.
Caddyshack,
dude. Come on, buddy. Come on, but that is honestly, was that a 70s movie or is that is right in the beginning of the 80s?
I think that was right there at the 70s, or
right
at the
very end of it.
Let me look it up.
Gotta find that out because honestly,
Caddyshack.
That one sits at the top of my list of godly movies that are comedies.
That's a good one.
That's up there. But
you are absolutely correct. It was 1980.
Yeah,
1980.
Yeah,
and came with a bitchin' theme from our. But
what about the fiendish plot of Dr. Fu Manchu? You guys forgot about that one?
I did.
Never saw that.
See that?
No.
Who's the kid, the pitcher in Bad News Bears, the one that ended up playing in the? We talked about this the other day.
Kelly.
Kelly.
Kelly rode his motorcycle.
Yeah, he rode his motorcycle.
Yeah, you could hit it out of the park, and he's a good player. He's 20-something years old.
Did he crack a beer or something?
Yeah. Walter Matthau. I was like,
yeah. All right. Well,
I'm trying to think of 80s movies right now that I
Smoking the Bandit. We got
good ones.
That's all 70s. Yeah,
that's all 70s. I'm trying to get into the 80s now. Well, Flashdance. That's a guilty pleasure.
Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing.
Hey, I just rolled across Christopher.
We're gonna go Swayze with shit.
Well, hang on a second. Did you guys ever get into Convoy? Do you remember that with Chris Christopherson?
Oh yeah.
No.
Nope. Truck driver.
That was filmed
when trucks were cool.
New Mexico.
Oh, that's the 70s when trucks were cool.
Yeah, when trucking was
when
cool.
everybody had a CB.
Yeah.
Breaker.
There were songs about truckers.
Yeah, there's trucker music. Oh, that reminds me. I have a song about a trucker called Dan Miller, the Hooker Killer, which Gordon.
Oh yeah.
Gordon helped me develop.
you gotta, dude. You gotta do something with that. You gotta get.
I
That
did.
one going.
I actually, I'm actually trying to record a track.
Dan Miller, the Hooker Killer.
Yeah.
That sounds well, I could hook onto that easy because I've got one called Jackknife. T-Bone knows about.
Jackknife.
Jackknife.
I think we're gonna need to make an album.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm a published music artist, so
I heard that.
We can use my production company at this point.
That'd be nice.
If you want to be under the Starship Unicorn label, you're welcome to.
Yeah, we'll go to the Starship Unicorn. Let's just let's do that.
Well,
I'm gonna look up
into the 80s movies, the Cheech and Chong
Starship Unicorn.
Is
that your? Do you have that label, dude? I'm going best 80s.
That's my musical artist. Go to starshipunicorn.com.
I have.
All right.
I am your one friend.
Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot.
The 80s had some stuff. We had E.T. We had
dude,
Purple Rain. We had Shining.
Oh,
we talked about that the other day. Yeah.
And I.
Oh yeah. We had Scarface in '83.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Scarface. That's right. Man.
Yeah.
Put me on the spot. I can't.
Oh, dude. This one I love. In '87, there was a little film called Near Dark. Have you guys ever seen that? It's a vampire film.
I never saw that.
I probably have. Who was in it?
So
I'll tell you who was in it.
This is a young it's Near Dark cast.
I don't know who that is. Jenny Wright? Lance Hendrickson. Oh, he's younger there. Yeah, Lance Hendrickson was like
Bill Paxton in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Rocky.
Oh yeah.
Rocky.
We mentioned that the other day.
Yeah,
Rocky is a big kind of deal.
Yeah, the other that takes me to Burgess Meredith, which is back to the 70s, but the very end, Clash of the Titans. That was
Clash of the Titans.
That was a great one.
That was with what was that guy's name? Harry Hamlin.
Yeah, I think it was. And dude,
a young Harry Hamlin.
80s Dragon Slayer. Did you ever see Dragon Slayer?
Oh, I'd love that.
Dude,
yeah,
Dragon Slayer. Such a good Conan the Barbarian. Oh,
yeah, what is his name? Sorbo? Is that guy's last name?
Kevin Sorbo.
Kevin Sorbo, isn't he a big trumper?
He's a raging trumper. He's definitely infected in the cult. Dude, we had it's interesting about movies like Rocky and things like that, and even Star Wars back in the day. I don't even know if there's a kid on the planet right now that could pay attention long enough.
Yeah.
Because that shit was slow. It started slow.
It did.
And it was good, but it was slow. Even Rocky was slow. The whole beginning. I mean, kids today, like frame number one has got to be somebody getting punched in the face. You know, it's like it's got to start like that.
A fight.
And or else they got something else to do. They're looking at
they really can't watch some of the 70s movies where there's like these long dialogues. No. Like
that's what I was trying to get at with the 70s. There was vigilante movies in the 70s, like someone did this guy's family wrong, and fucking I can't remember his name, but he fucking spent the rest of his fucking life like tracking these assholes down and like murdering them in the most awful ways, like shutting a fucking head in a door or something.
Yeah, but in between there are these long dialogues.
What was his name?
Yeah,
Charles Bronson.
There you go.
Yeah. What was that? He had a whole series, didn't he? He did a whole like
it was like
that's all Bronson did was go smash people. That was his whole thing.
The Liam Neeson of the 70s.
Dude, Alien and Aliens. Those
yes. Dude. Classic.
Dude, almost like
shit. Aliens, terrifying. Alien was terrifying. It's terrifying, dude. Nobody's seen a monster like that before.
Yeah. Aliens was so scary that
out of someone's stomach.
I was terrified as a kid. I saw Aliens in the theater, and I was like, it fucked me up. I was so scared.
You talking about the first one?
No, the second one.
The second one.
I saw the second one.
The second one was, dude, it's not that often that something happens twice like that, and they're both fantastic.
Both excellent movies.
Yeah.
I think something happened in the 80s, from the late 70s to the 80s, and this is what sucked me in was people making movies learned how to put music and move your emotions with scenes and music together.
We talked about this. Yeah.
Fucking king of doing this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
fucking like Jaws. If you try to watch Jaws without the fucking dun, Jaws is another one. You know what
the
I mean?
effect that fucking music had on the psyche was so.
Jaws was scary to me too as a kid. Blade Runner, there's another 80s one that was excellent.
Superman. I mean,
Superman
the
movies
with Christopher Reeves.
Yeah.
The music was so, once he fucking realizes he can fly, fucking it was fucking gave you
and
chills.
Also
yeah.
We were talking, this isn't necessarily an 80s movie, but like Kubrick did Eyes Wide Shut. Remember the piano?
The quietest movie ever.
Well, Kubrick was a master at pairing music and visuals.
Tension, and just tension, taking just time
one
and
fucking note.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing that I'm curious about Kubrick movies, in like almost all of them, there's a scene with somebody doing this, like somebody going like dude, I swear watch The Shining. There's a part where the kid's like red rum and he's doing this.
Oh, yeah.
Barry Lyndon, when this guy gets his revenge, after he gets his revenge, he's doing this. A Clockwork Orange, the old man's getting his revenge, he's doing this. It's like, dude, I think it's a theme for Kubrick.
I wonder what that's about.
I don't know. It's like people with their eyes rolled back in their head and shaking.
It's euphoric.
Yeah, it's
that's euphoria, right?
Yeah, it's such a weird. It's
red rum.
I noticed that in all of his movies, not all of them, but in several key movies, it has that. I'm trying to think if it's in. I think it's even in 2001 where he's entering the thing. I think that he goes also. So
yeah, dude, and Hal was terrifying with that soft voice.
Oh, dude, I love that.
Just so monotonic.
And how quiet it was when he said,
Dave.
Hal, open the pod bay doors.
I'm sorry.
And he's just trying to maintain. He's trying to talk a computer into letting him in, and the computer's not having it.
I love that.
It's I'm not going to allow you to threaten the mission.
Frustration.
Yeah,
you could see him.
That's another one I watched recently, 2010, which is an 80s movie, and not,
not so much.
It tries to dude. 2001 was great. It ended perfect ending, done. They had to go further with it. It's got some stuff.
Shot for shot, some of this.
It's just not. It's not it has an okay cast, but it's not.
Yeah,
it's what's his name is in it. God, from Jaws, the same guy from Jaws is the star of that.
Roy
Schneider. Yeah,
Scheider.
It's not Schneider.
I don't
Scheider. You know what else we had? 1980.
He's boozer.
Coming in hard was Airplane.
Oh my God. That's
dude, one of the most quoted.
Leslie Nielsen. You gotta watch. You gotta
Shirley,
watch.
You can't be serious.
You gotta watch.
Serious.
Yeah. Don't call me Shirley.
Don't call me Shirley. Dude, that shit was. We quoted that over. They're just shit you cracked up as.
I picked a bad week to stop barbiturates.
I picked a bad week to stop sniffing glue,
dude. That's such a. And Leslie Nielsen is is a comic actor, but if you go back and watch Forbidden Planet, he's it's 1957. He's a heartthrob, and it's a serious movie. So you gotta check that out. Then you'll see.
Once he did Airplane, he kept on with that.
He did,
because then there was there was a TV show. Remember, it was was it called Police Squad or something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was based off of that, right?
Yeah, it was all the same kind of funnies.
Yeah, he was in a bunch of parody films too.
Parody things.
Yeah.
But things like that.
You probably found Steve Guttenberg in fucking one of those Police Academy movies starting it all off.
Dude, then there's things like that. Old ladies I can speak jive. Let me in there.
Yeah.
He's trying to talk to those black people.
And that shit wouldn't go over well right
now.
No, you have a hard time getting
those jokes now.
You can't say,
when everybody's lining up to slap that lady because she was being hysterical.
Wow, that's that's.
There was a nun back there with the boxing gloves waiting to get her shots in.
Oh my God.
Awesome. Just fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
but yeah, I that's bringing music into it and moving my emotions really made me the lover of movies. I think I started out as a kid really liking movies, and I'm sorry it scared you, but the Willy Wonka I just loved that when I was a kid.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Well, I was only
As
scared
soon
at the
as
one part.
They put that music to it as well. I think that's where it started for me. Was, you know, that was a great song. And then when he does the tumble up,
Oh yeah, that was one of my favorite things. Yeah,
the music was just, and
yeah,
I love that.
Love
I heard that was
thing.
all improvised too. I heard he
improvised that front thing. Yeah, that role,
which is a beautiful thing. That was a 70s movie, but yeah. So I think in the 80s we got better. I think the 90s was this weird. You had to. Everybody was Tarantino and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the 90s is a
a
weird movie era
drama.
for sure.
In '84 we had Amadeus.
Oh my god, Amadeus!
Loved that movie. That's
With Nail and I in
one
'87.
Of my great stories.
Yeah,
I watched Amadeus a month ago. Again, I watch it often.
Yeah,
just the rivalry, the hate that he had for Amadeus was just.
Beautiful. And most of what we've talked about is like have been American movies, but I love like Akira Kurosawa.
Yeah, you were mentioning that.
Yeah, and one of the movies in the 80s that he made was Dreams, which is basically he made his dreams that he had into these like short movie clips, which are it's a pretty amazing movie. You know, there's a number of great foreign filmmakers, but we won't get into that. It's a little highbrow for
Oh, for fuck's sake, dude! You know what I was looking at that, and I was, because of your Akira Kurosawa thing, I got on and started looking into it, and I want to see this movie called Rashomon.
Rashomon's a good movie.
Interesting thing where, like, you know, three people telling different stories about how the merchant died.
It's basically it's that everybody has their own reality.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
And it's interesting.
It's funny you bring that up because I referenced that there was a movie that Ben Affleck and Matt Damon did with who was the guy who played the new Darth Vader's son or something.
That dude. Ben,
about,
whatever his name is. No, is it Ben? No, that's his name in the movie. Adam. Anyway, Adam Driver.
Adam Driver.
Yeah.
So it's him and Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, and something happens to Matt Damon's wife, and throughout it, it's three different tales of what actually occurred, and that's the whole movie. And I based it. I was like, that's just like that.
It's just like Rashomon. Adam Driver is actually, I guess he came to fame from that Girls show, which I tried watching. That was on I just can't watch it. It's like a millennial. It's like a millennial show, and you have to be a girl millennial to even like understand it. I tried.
Yep.
I don't think you're allowed.
He was good in it though.
Yeah, he was. But then it's about New Yorkers. I can't get into that show. I'm sorry. I tried. I watched a few episodes, and then I was
like, one of the main girls, the heavier lady. There's a lot of people that don't like her action. She's very, very opinionated.
Yeah, it was kind of gnarly.
Yeah. But, so so what do we got? We got
you want me to keep
a ton of more 80s going on.
We haven't even gotten to the 90s. What are you talking about?
No, we haven't. I'm going to talk about Ghostbusters. There's one called
my god, Ghostbusters.
There was one called Broadcast News back in the day that I loved quite a bit. It had had Holly in that? It had William
Holly
Hurt,
Hunter.
Holly Hunter, Albert Brooks. Yeah. And Albert Brooks liked Holly Hunter, but she wanted this. And William Hurt played this kind of a dumbass, but he looked good. He always looked good. He played a newscaster, and he didn't have anything going on up here, but he was a face, you know.
Dude, L.A. Story.
Yeah.
L.A. Story.
LA Confidential, too.
48
LA
Hours.
Confidential, too.
Hey, Gabe, Evil Dead 2. How about that?
Oh, that's a good one, too.
Dude.
Don't.
Yeah. Bubba Hotep.
Dude, you could get into the crazy amount of horror movies. I mean, like the Halloween series, the
Friday the 13th
series, the Nightmare on Elm Street series. Like, these are all born of the 80s.
The Shining. The fucking Shining.
The Shining, yeah. That's
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Oh, my God. Hey, you know, I saw the Back to the Future house. My buddy, you guys know Jose. He knows where it is, and his buddy lives next to it, and he needed to go see his friend. So
whose house? Which one?
The house, the McFly's house.
The McFly's house.
It's still there, hasn't changed. It's like a tourist attraction. It's It's up on.
That's got to be in like a regular neighborhood, right? Like it's just
a neighborhood in the valley, man. The north, and
a house in the middle of it that looks like anything else, really.
It's so funny. It's like right off the 5. We went there. We went to this. He's like, I have a surprise for you. Okay, keep driving. And we went by. I was like, it's the McFly's house. Oh my God, I can't believe it's the McFly's house. Anyway, it was like,
you know what one I found? I found Ferris Bueller's house.
Oh, no
It's in
way.
Long Beach.
It's
in Long Beach.
That's awesome.
It's in
Are
Long
you
Beach.
sure?
It is.
It's not Chicago. He was a stickler for Chicago filming.
Come on, buddy.
I will tell you, when I was a kid, my mom and stepdad took us. We went to Amityville, and we were walking up the streets, and they were looking and renting a house in that area. And I never knew, but it was younger. But when I went
Amityville, they were gonna
in Amityville. So I went back when I was like 18, and I was like, all right, I gotta find the Amityville house, dude. Every one of those fucking houses looks the same. They all got the fucking eyes.
They're all the Amityville house.
I'm just like walking through, and there's a lady in her yard doing some yard work, and I was like, excuse me, and she goes, it's that one right over there. I mean, I didn't even get my thing out, and she was like, I'm tired of talking about it. It's that fucking house right there.
It's that one.
That's where everybody died, right there.
Yeah, right there. That's the one.
Well, LA has
Brady Bunch house is in Sherman Oaks.
Yeah, it's in Sherman Oaks. If you want to see the house from
this one's really in Amityville, by the way.
I'm trying to think of what Gone with the Wind. That's in Culver City. That's still there.
Griffith Park is the Bat Cave. Come on down.
Griffith Park.
The old Bat Cave. To that thing a bunch of times.
There's so many locations.
We're not going to get out of the 80s before we got to cut this thing off.
I know.
I mean, in 88, we had Big.
Oh my God.
Big.
Yeah. Big. How great was that?
We almost didn't talk about Tom Hanks at all.
This is like
I know.
This is like a 2-episode discussion.
Kind of is. And it's like one of my favorite guilty pleasures too is Money Pit. I love that movie.
Oh my God.
Where he buys that shitty house, that big house.
Money Pit is badass.
It's wonderful. Yeah.
Well,
awesome.
Do you remember? Whoa.
We're rolling right in.
You gotta give me some warning.
Okay, so I thought we'd really.
That guy got an elf here?
Infected music.
I thought we'd really quick do. Does this look infected? Here are 3 photos. One of them looks like a giant candy corn growing off of somebody's.
Dude, is that somebody's foot? Nut. Is that a foot?
That's a hand.
It's
a hand.
That's a
hand.
finding
this stuff?
That's a hand. The internet. This is another. There's somebody's face with a thing growing out of it, and then an ear. So.
Oh my God! This is just absolutely disgusting.
With things growing out. I know this is.
I can't even believe that shit with that hand right there. Don't you just feel like you want to get under that and cut it right off like that? Just fucking lop that shit off.
Yeah.
The fuck?
I mean, I bet you it hurts to do that. So do you guys think that any or all or one of these is an infection?
Oh, I see that dude's face, the one in the middle. That guy's got that's an old horn coming out of the side of that guy's cheek. How does he go shopping?
That's not infection.
Where does that guy go? Oh my God.
How did he do in the pandemic with a face mask?
Wait a minute. Is all this on the same old man? Because that
it is.
That ear horn looks like his ear too.
The same color.
It's not, but it does. It was a theme, so I went with it. Yeah.
You're a liar.
That ear horn, dude.
That's weird. That's good, right?
Oh,
do you wish you had an ear horn?
I'd say none of this is infected.
None, it's affected.
You guys say that? Okay.
That's what I said. No.
Yeah.
You're right. They're all cutaneous horns. They're not inherently infected, but they can become infected. Let me tell you this about cutaneous horns, which freaked me out the most.
Anything can become infected.
This is my favorite segment.
There's no, they have no idea what causes it. I'm always angry when I hear that. I'm like, don't we have science and stuff? They just don't know.
Has nobody just spent enough time thinking about it for a minute?
Well, when you don't know about stuff like this, you just make shit up and you put it out there to scare people. And this is the create the fear aspect that I always come into.
Don't jerk off. You're going to get a cutaneous horn.
You jerk off, you're going to get a cutaneous horn.
Well,
how many, isn't somebody like, okay, well, we got the cancer thing down. Can we get on to cutaneous horns?
So
I think we should be able to nail that.
I guess in a lot of cases with cutaneous horns, it is cancerous. So
is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
so it's
well, anything could be cancerous, couldn't it?
I guess, but these end up being
cancer.
Like you end up like there's a good chance that it's malignant. I guess that's the thing. So anyway, horrible thing.
It might be malignant, but
they said that radiation might cause it. A lot of the time it's like it comes out of people who get burns. Like I don't know. So, dude,
That's probably people telling lies, or someone got a curse put on them.
That's a
fucking
curse.
grew a
It's-
tail
they've got
or
a
something
curse.
like
it's
that.
from
You pissed off some chick who knew voodoo.
it's
You're gonna
it's
get a
spending
horn,
too
you're gonna
much
go to
time
jail.
in the bathroom when you're a
You're gonna get a
teenager.
cutaneous horn. That's right.
It's okay. Real quick, AI art that goes with what we were talking about. So these are
Coming back.
These are 3 movie theaters, and I thought that AI did a terrible job. So one of them's a synthwave movie theater, which, dude, it looks terrible. The inside of a theater in the 80s in 8-bit pixel art style, terrible. And then
Terrible.
I tried to get bougie and do an 80s style 80s theater in the style of Caravaggio, who's a famous painter, but it did a lousy job. So AI improve.
Wow.
So
Disappointing.
it was a little disappointing. Math problem of last week.
I can't find the answers. I don't know. I was looking around for them. I don't know where I went.
I said A, I think.
You did? Okay. I think I did
said
B.
A or D.
Okay.
I think I went B.
It was C.
It's C?
Yeah.
Of course.
And I
right.
I went with a new math problem. So this one's a little.
Okay, what do we got?
I did a word problem.
Oh.
I thought it would be fun to do something with money. So a food truck sells salads for $6.50 each and drinks for $2 each. The food truck's revenue from selling a total of 209 salads and drinks in one day was $836.50. How many salads were sold that day? Sounds easy, right? But it isn't, because
Nah, it's because it's salads and drinks. So if we're going to even amount of salads and drinks,
yeah, you have to figure out how many
209 salads and drinks, right? So it's.
I was gonna say that's a pretty cheap salad at
There's
$6.50.
some algebra there.
Yeah, 209 salads and drinks. So it's
It's not going to cost you but 50 cents to make a salad. You're selling it for $6 more.
It's 105. It's D.
Yeah,
105 salads.
If those are my options,
yeah, those are your options.
you got to take into consideration for every salad sold, you're going to probably sell a drink. That's probably.
So,
right. So half of 209 has got to be 105. You know,
half of 209. It said that the total of the drinks and salads.
Total drinks and salads. If you're saying there's as many drinks as there was salads, right? Then half of that's salads.
Well, they didn't say that there was as many drinks as there were salads.
Well, what if you just guessed and you said, okay, so if there was 209 salads, there was 209 drinks. 209 is $400. $400 minus the 830.
Oh, because if I'm right at 105, then it's got to be. If I times 105 by 650, it should be.
What if somebody was sharing a fucking salad?
This is an algebra problem,
There's
guys.
2 people. I know. We're gonna need your Naz in that.
Yeah,
You better call your lady.
I'll call.
I'm just because I don't want to agree with you because I hate you. I'm going to say 77. I'm going to say A. I'm going to go low for some odd reason.
Okay, 70.
Because people like to have dinner together.
I'm gonna go 93.
You're gonna go 93. Okay.
So
So
what would you were, don't you?
You were gonna go B. All right. So
hold on a second. I'm going to do this. I've already made my guess, but I'm going to take a picture of this sumbitch.
I might actually try to do this because I might be able to do the algebra.
Because you know why? Because this is doable to get close.
Yeah.
I have 4 choices. The other things, I don't know what the.
Well, that's why I wanted to
fucking
give us
RS.
something more our level of math, because I know that none of us
Don't
are
ask
math
me
geniuses.
about the access of shit. That means I need to know 360 degrees of 90 degrees and 180.
This is a money one, which I feel like the 3 of us like money. We also know how to calculate.
this is the thing: is it you're gonna have to figure this out and figure out, because it's not an equal amount of salads and drinks. You just got to figure out.
That's right.
You got to figure out that
It's not an equal amount of salads and drinks.
Not an equal amount.
No. So you go up to the food thing, you might just want a drink or just a salad. What if you brought your own water?
Right.
Or what if the truck down the street sells a better drink? Just saying.
So 209 salads and drinks in one day comes out to 830.
Yeah.
So
836.50.
104.5. That's what you're saying is half of that. I see why you're going D. I see what you did there. We've already spent too
D's
much
wrong.
time on this.
Yeah.
D's
It's
wrong.
it's a
You picked D though, didn't you?
I did, but it's wrong.
I picked B, which is, I mean, just
D is the obvious. If you were saying it was half and half, D would be an easy. That's why. So I'm gonna change to B.
well. Anyway, we've come to the.
Yeah, I think maybe next week we should get into some more of the movie thing.
Hey, let's do movies
maybe
part
the writing aspect and the
Let's
movie.
do part 2.
Let's do part
we got
2.
the 90s and 2000s, and we got the rest of the 80s. Let's do.
We'll just continue this conversation next week, and that's hey, we'll talk about the 90s next week. So we'll get for 80s, 90s, 2000s. Maybe we'll even get.
You're gonna get into the.
We could spend an hour in the 90s.
Yeah, we could spend.
Yeah, we got to finish up the 80s and get into the 90s.
We do.
And see what we got.
This could be a multi-show thing. This could be a couple of times.
Yeah, because I mean, we need to talk about Spielberg.
We do.
Coppola. We need to talk.
We
probably have to get into detail about some of these things too. Some of these people, because we just
and some of these new boys.
We did a really, but we didn't even talk about Spike Lee. We didn't even talk about Spike Lee.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Spike Jones.
Spike Jones. We didn't even talk, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Some things to look into.
Continued.
Anyway, hey, everybody, visit our website, nottalkingaboutthat.com. Email us, the guys at nottalkingaboutthat.com, and please.
And if anybody's listening, email about some movie you loved and tell us why, and something maybe we should talk about. I don't think anybody's going to do that.
Nobody will email us. Just so you know.
No.
We don't have that kind of. We don't have that kind of reach.
I got the kind of
Yet. Some smartass needs to send us a couple of emails.
Come on, Gabe. You got to tell us what our followers are right now on TikTok.
Oh, TikTok followers. TikTok followers. Hold on.
Did we increase?
No, never decreases. I'm a marketing professional.
No, did it increase?
Oh, of course it increased. We're at 176.
It was 160 something last week.
Yeah, we go up all the time.
That's exciting.
Right.
Dude, we're always growing. Good. This is a growing podcast. We're going to grow.
We're always growing.
Always growing.
We're growers, not showers.
That's right. We are.
We're just flaccid penises.
We're growing.
Yes, we are. We're growers, not showers.
Penises, which is going to be our 17th
album. Do that. Yes. It's going to be the band's called Growers, Not Showers.
Yeah, that's going to be
Black Vesuvius.
Oh, Black Vesuvius. That's right. All right.
We can get into all that next time.
Yeah.
Too.
I just got a text from my old lady. Says she's hungry.
Okay.
All right. Before I get clobbered with a pan.
All right. That sounds, you better do it. Okay. See you guys next week.
I'll see you guys.
Peace 3 times.
Bye.
See ya.